Back at it, episode number 3. Back in my backyard after a long day of coaching. Good talks with my coaches. It was actually a pretty successful day. Successful as in I had fun coaching. I had, tough but good and honest real talks with the coaches about things we want to, move on, correct maybe in the future in the gym, etc. So episode 3. It was supposed to be about coaching, but I think there's something even more important I want to talk about today, which is, and I actually had a good talk yesterday with a friend of mine who recently opened up his gym, and he's like in the very beginning of things, and the basic question was like, how can I transport the message of what I'm doing in the gym as fast as possible to people. Well, you can call it an elevator pitch or like a very short version of what you're actually doing in the gym. So I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all answer to it actually, but I think the best approach to market or productize yourself is to start talking from the bottom of your heart, which means not sugarcoating anything. If you're passionate about what you're doing, if you're really into coaching and owning a gym, it's like, okay, tell people why you're actually doing it. For example, I guess every single gym owner has had a job before opening up a gym. So explain to people what was your initial thoughts or your initial idea quitting your job and opening up a gym. Because I think 9 out of 10 people would love to actually do something else, something they love, something they're passionate about, something they like, literally making a hobby or taking your hobby and making a profession, like a becoming self-employed, making a job out of it. Not job in a bad sense, but in a, hey, I want to spend 14 to 16 hours a day literally working on stuff that I enjoy doing, for the most part, obviously. So productizing yourself is not learning stuff by heart about how to post on Instagram or how to phrase things correctly. I think what's really missing nowadays is people standing up and literally just starting to talk from the bottom of their hearts, why they quit the corporate job, why they want to open up a gym, and don't try to rephrase anything or try to phrase something different. It's just so little people have the guts to actually speak their mind, and as a second part, take action and put their money where their mouth is. So I think every single person that opens up a gym is literally a role model for at least a life-changing event, as in, hey, stepping away from security, monthly paycheck, and literally risking everything, putting everything on the line to chase your dream. And for me, it's about telling a story, like a true story of why did you actually do it. And I think that's the best quote unquote strategy, how to reach people and reach people's hearts, because they can relate immediately. They will love you for doing it because maybe they're not brave or courageous enough to actually make that last step. And maybe you can even help them by, them training at your gym and literally feeling that intensity, not only through training, but your intensity, like your passion for your business, your passion for like bringing people together, educating them, literally offering them a place where they can start creating a habit of not speaking the truth, but starting to speak like they actually want to. So my experience from corporate jobs, like we have to phrase things a certain way. You have to behave a certain way in meetings. You cannot piss people off on a daily basis because you either get fired or, somebody's going to talk to you and make you adjust your behavior if you want to keep your job, obviously. So it's productizing yourself in a good way of whatever's going through your mind. Don't edit it. Don't try to kind of sugarcoat it. Don't try to phrase it nicely. Say it exactly like you mean it. I think that's the best. That's the best way how to approach people for either signing up for your gym or at least sparking like curiosity, interest in what you're actually doing. And you're a small business owner. I am a small business owner. Like there's no need to follow any like big companies media strategy or big gym media strategy because that's not who you are. It's and no one's really caring about you as a single person. Like we tend to think about stuff way too much, how to phrase it, how to do it, because we think people actually, like every single person around you truly cares about what you're doing, and I don't think that's true. But that should be a relief, not an additional stressor. What it means for me is, I don't give too much about other people's opinion. I love to listen. I love to learn new stuff from other people, obviously. But if you have your vision, if you have your goal with your, whether it's your gym or your coaching or something else you wanna build up, then go for it. Like be smart and kind of listen to people who have more experience and put it into your toolkit and see how you can adapt it for your own needs. But there's no need to kind of step away from your own big picture. Because no one cares about you as a single human being. No one out there cares if you make it or not. So just do your own thing. So this should be a big step towards relief and just being empowering and encouraging towards just be smart about what you're doing. Make sure you have an awesome product in that sense, an awesome service in that sense, coaching. Educate yourself on the very basics of like what coaching truly means and how to literally coach people the fundamental movement patterns, and become the world's best coach at the fundamental movement patterns. I guess I'm gonna talk next week about what coaching means for me and how I'm approaching coaching and what I think the next step for coaching is and how to maybe find a solution on combining online and on-site education. But let's leave this for next week. So back to how to market your gym. So just walk around in your neighborhood, like do the knock on every single door strategy and just start talking about what you're doing. And once people are coming to your gym, like you have to be prepared. So that means at first the prospects will run an assessment on you. Not on you as a human being, but on you as a coach, as a business owner. They'll run an assessment on your gym. So even though you might start with an assessment on them, it's actually your future clients that start assessing you first. Like, can you fix that person's issue in the first session? Not fully, but just prove to them that it's worth spending their time and money in your gym. Obviously, you cannot fix a broken hip or a broken shoulder in like one session, but I'm talking about sparking that curiosity about, hey, my shoulder hurt for 3 years when pressing, and now I can do an overhead press, maybe not full range of motion, but with activating the pecs, etc. And all of a sudden, that motion and hurt before didn't hurt anymore. If you can give that feeling to people in like the first couple of sessions, the the sooner the better, obviously, people will trust you. So I think offering great service is obviously based on outstanding coaching, you being true to your own like vision and true to your own goals, obviously, but also about how good are you at actual coaching, like helping people with problems or their challenges, their hurdles, and how fast can you create results for them. And I'm talking about actual results, not a, hey, you'll see results in 6 weeks, you lose X and Y amount of pounds in the next 6 weeks. No, can you show them something that will make them trust you more in the first session? And for me, basically, there's 3 huge groups of people joining your gyms. The first one is, I call them lack of self-esteem. Whether it's I don't know, whether there's no training background, whether they're literally afraid of starting that active fitness journey. That's the first group. The second one is people who have already trained and obviously had like not the best experiences in other gyms. So they're in pain, or they experience pain, or now they're connecting training literally with pain and no progress, obviously. And the third group is call them non-trainers or people that haven't trained before. That means they have literally no clue what training really means. They have some sort of starting point to get physically active. Yeah, maybe they've tried running, etc. But obviously they have no clue about weight training and moving stuff around, picking stuff up, etc. So create a strategy for yourself. So first, try to identify those people. Don't group them, but just identify what's the actual issue of that person sitting in front of you, whether it's already in the gym or at the coffee shop or somewhere else. Like figure out what's the true trigger for that person, and then start working on it. Like if that person's lacking self-esteem, all right, try to work on like giving them results and but also handing over the actual part of, hey, the only person who can change your fitness journey is you. Like I can help you get better chances at being successful, etc. because of my craft, because of my experience. But the person who's actually doing whatever, the squat, the carries, the sled pushing, it has to be you. And the less you're gonna need me, the more successful you're gonna get. So start also explaining them and showing them in training how to raise their self-esteem. So let them accomplish something, like encourage them, like celebrate small wins, telling them, literally showing them, hey, this is what progress means for us, for my gym, for me as a coach, staying pain-free, getting a stimulus in, and being stressed in training, like good stress. So try to create small wins, a lot of small wins as soon as possible. That will not only lead to people trusting you more, but also to you're gonna gain self-confidence as a coach. And it's not about the exercises anymore. It's not about the program anymore. It's about, hey, how can I help that person develop not only as a physical member in your gym, but also on a personality level, on how to help them start making their fitness journey active. Like they have to fix their own shit. We can help them as coaches, but we cannot do it for them. So whenever you're heading into your next intro session or just the next talk, try to figure out what the actual need for the person in front of you is. They might tell you like, yes, I want to lose X and Y amount of pounds. I want to, put 20 kilos on my deadlift. But like ask a lot of questions and see what's actually coming up why they stopped training, why they want to start training, and like couldn't do it before. And then things start to become very, very interesting, because you will have answers to questions they have not even asked yet, and that will lead to a lot of trust, and build a relationship where it's not about, hey, I have to do bullshit phrasing, or I have to tell you how awesome you are today. No, you can have, that's the start of having true conversations about stuff that actually needs to be worked on. So, as I said before, in the next episode, I want to talk more about what coaching means for me, what's actually very much needed for coaching, which I think is highly neglected, and maybe there's a way how to combine online coaching, on-site coaching, and move forward on that journey of how to coach and make people move better. All right, guys. See you next time. If you're interested in getting the latest news, updates on the Gym Owner program, or gym programming, or get a first view on the online coaching part, DM me on Instagram at IamGreg, RATH, my last name. Shoot me a message on Facebook, or just simply email me at greg@gregsgym.com.